Today we lay Hank the black drill to rest.
Something's not right.
So it was actually starting to stress me out a bit.
These are the tales of Moab.
Good morning. I am thoroughly enjoying the comments. There are so many to respond to. All of them, most of them very encouraging. One sticks out from Chronic Awareness. This guy is having a rough time. So I just wanted to reach out and say, stay strong. And I hope you can stick with it and hopefully get that boat out in the water. In other news, the bald spot seems to be coming back. Is this the first time you've cut anyone's hair, Michael?
No, I've cut your hair once before, just kind of trimming it up. I've given my dad a buzz cut or two. He does the number 2.
We spent a good amount of time relocating from our old little spot to what you see here.
Showers nice, but hot showers are even better. Now, get out of here. So this place is an apartment up on what you call Gringo Hill. Our friend Sabrina is going to be leaving here to visit her family for the holidays. She's going to be gone about 5 weeks. So we will be here house sitting, taking care of her dogs, who Lola is really jacked to be.
2 dogs, so now there's 3 in the house.
Yeah, so they're just having a big old constant slumber party. Yeah, so this is going to give us a chance, hopefully, to get all of our boat work done, to get the boat in the water. Today we are installing the rudder. Step 1 is going to be repacking our rudder shaft stuffing box. What you got there, Joel?
It's Graph-Tex, and it goes inside of the packing net.
We pulled flax out, but we decided to go with this synthetic kind of packing material instead. It's supposed to be long-lasting. It's supposed to work for a propeller shaft, actually, so I'm thinking our rudder shaft is going to be no problems.
A lot less RPMs.
Yeah, no heat to worry about.
Here's a cut that you definitely want to take note of here. It's all about the angles when you're cutting this, and this was done pretty well just using the pocket knife, but that's going to fit together. Just perfect. Perfect. Okay, this time we use the soap instead of the 3-in-1 oil, thanks to a lot of commenters who said you do not want to use oil on the hoses because it does not go away. So as easy as it was to slip on, it'll be that easy to slip off. Whereas the soap will go away. We got this baby on here. We got our 2 hose clamps. Now Michael is going to lower the shaft through here so we can line this up before we tighten these 2 hose clamps down here. It should be noted that we only have 1 up here. We're going to have to get another one because the old one was a little bit no good. A lot no good. That part goes in there.
Okay. We are bedding the hardware with 4200 and the bolts with some thread locker gel. Just trying to make sure this doesn't go anywhere. Wow, I'm still tightening it. The packing that's in here is what seals up our shaft, seals the water outside of the boat. And on a prop shaft that spins at a really high revolution per minute, you need to allow some water in order to lubricate the shaft so it doesn't get too hot. With this rudder post, it's not going to be spinning super fast, so we're not as concerned about the proper tension here on this packing. We're just trying to get it nice and snug. We really don't want any water coming in through this outlet at all.
Wow. And that's just squishing all that packing material up and just, it's gonna seal it up, and then this nut here will tighten up against it. Ooh. So I think I'm gonna call that good and start tightening this one up. Today we lay Hank the black drill to rest.
Oh, I didn't know it was called Hank.
Hank is the black drill. Farewell, Hank.
May he rest in peace. In our last episode, we were attempting to drill holes through a thick piece of wood, and we saw the smoke coming out of the drill, which we were kind of like, oh, that looks like a bad deal. We laid it to rest for a couple minutes, but then we just kept pushing it, you know? Kept trying to get a little bit more out of her, and she kept smoking and smoking and smoking until finally she totally seized up.
She gave the last smoke.
The last smoke.
It's been a regular struggle of ours to try to dodge the rain. So we just got here to install the pedestal and it started dumping. We have been off to a hot start this morning. Learning again the importance of having the correct tools. This tool is amazing. It's cordless. You can bring it anywhere, screw things in, but for drilling holes through a massive chunk of wood like this, it's not the right tool. So it was actually starting to stress me out a bit. So we drilled these holes, filled them with epoxy, and I figured it'd be an easy re-drill. But when I came out the other side, two things. One, the holes were a little crooked, so once we go through the cockpit and this, I felt like it was going to be very difficult. So that was the biggest issue. Second, they were just barely big enough for the bolts, so I messed up. I should have made them a little bigger. But that's where this comes in. We have a crew over here that saw me struggling, and this thing is a beast. It's called the Drill Master, and it just gets it done.
Well, Joel's been battling with that block of wood. I've just been in here cleaning up some pieces like this stainless cover for our compass, and this, which goes on top of the pedestal. We did a little bit of maintenance here on our engine controls, lubed them up a little bit to get them smooth, and polishing this piece, but it needs a lot of work. But yeah, we're just getting everything ready so that once everything is ready, then we can go ahead with the installation. All right, we're just gonna do a little trial run here to see. We've got our block. I am here in the locker underneath the cockpit, and Joel is gonna send the bolts through.
Michael has graciously offered to get down in the locker as we test fit this block that I just totally botched.
I was gracious.
We're just hoping that the cockpit holes line up and these bolts can go all the way through. Highly doubt it on the first try, but we'll go get that insane drill and make things right if this doesn't work.
Okay. That one seems to be through. I feel like we're meeting some resistance. Is it coming through? You're just not finding the hole? Oh, hold on. I missed it. Go up. Up. Okay. Come down. What the heck?
Ready?
Hold on. Actually, pick up the bolts a little bit we got off. Not all the way. Come back. And kind of angle it around if you can.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
The beauty of having so many things to do is if you hit a roadblock in one area, then you can just move on to another. So we've decided to go for this top steering drum here, which goes on something like this. Somewhere here is the key. There we go. And this supposedly should just squeeze on like this. Okay, can you bolt me? Okay. Ah, that's a beauty. So that actually went okay. Well, what you just witnessed today is been a typical day for us as of late.
We show up with one idea, one plan for how the day is gonna go, and then bam, something happens, blocking the road, and we go in a totally different direction, just trying to get ready for what we thought we were about to do.
Precisely. We were hoping maybe we can deliver the double whammy, the rudder install followed by the steering install, but the steering is going to take us a little bit longer to work out. But not to fret, we have some really good news. Michael, why don't you tell him?
The good news?
Yeah.
I was really curious about what you were about to put out. What's the good news?
The good news is that you are going to see us next week. Lucky you.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, because even though we couldn't get the steering, we're not going to give up the fight. We're not going to quit.
Tell him the other good news.
Even though...
Spill the beans.
Oh, no, we're not spilling the beans. So this was the side that I started drilling. I had the template on this side. So all these holes line up very well. Mm-hmm. Now, the problem is when you get to this side, they are way off. So I went all different kinds of angles, you know, just trying to use the old thumb, eyeing it. I made it hard on myself, and I wasted time and energy learning.
We were just using what we had. We could put the boat in the water right now. All the holes are plugged, everything's good, but we are going to work on the steering and put some more paint on before we splash.
Correct.
But technically we could.
Technically we could,
Technically
and we
we're
just
there.
might snap. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you.
Be sure to give us a like, leave a comment, say hi, tell us what we did wrong or right. We don't mind either way.
I like both comments. The silicone comments worked. A lot of people said silicone on the motorcycle. So.
Mm-hmm. She's been running like a beaut.
Like a beaut. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Right.
These are the tales of Moab.
Over here. Over here.
Come on, Willie. Pay attention. Focus.
Moab! Lola dipped.
How come you're so quiet?